Hello guys, Fish767 here. Today, the daily thing is to cast 30 wearable spells, so we're going to be looking at an Azori stack. Or at least an Azori's version of a deck. Let me move the mic real quick. Okay. So, I don't want to play, aggro, because you just see a ton of that and then people know what you're playing. And I don't want that. So I'm probably gonna end up playing a very, very weird Battlement deck. Because I really like the new card. I love Battlement, and I want to go infinite with it, but, like, I've tried doing it before, and it was sort of weird, you know, because I didn't have all the pieces that you need to go infinite. So now we are actually gonna, like, look at a deck that would be good with this. So right now, I'm looking at just cards that enter the battlefield and their effects happen. And I want to put in the one copy of Hostage Taker, but it won't improve the deck too much, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a super big increase in power there. I'm thinking the Helms, because they can actually help us revitalize our combo. If I do it right, I think that they can. Although you have to be careful with how you do it if you're going to try and run the Helm. I'm thinking, you know, like right now, that might be decent. Might be decent. No guarantees. Put in some counter spells, even if they're not the good one. Is this? Oh, sweet. That's a common. I didn't know that that was a common. We're gonna add in one of those. Nope, I don't have any more wild cards. Okay. But so far, it's pretty cool. And then we could try and pop off with that on the field, but that's like, that thing's expensive to cast, and that is a problem. That one's also expensive to cast. See, I don't want anything that's too expensive to cast, because then it gets a little bit, you know, crazy from there. We're running Helm, so helming that would be amazing. And now let's just put in our removal. I'm thinking this, but I don't want to just yet. And if we're going, we could put in this. I'm considering that. I don't want that. And so now it's like down to what should be in here in order to better fit the deck. And at the current moment, it shimmers. And then I've never made a sideboard before, but this will just help us like know where our cards are going. You know, like, because those should probably be in the sideboard if we were gonna have a sideboard. And then if we face mill, we'd want that. Like, these are just ideas. We do not want them. I want the Veridity Circle. I don't think I should run the Veridity Circle. Do I have Sleep? And we get 4 more cards. So at this point, it's just random cards. Where's the really good dude there? And then we need one more. We'll just Chaos Wall. So that would be a sideboard, an okay sideboard. It's not going to be the sideboard that we run, obviously. And this is the deck. And yeah, I did just build it in 5 minutes. Woohoo! We're going to go play it now. Oh no, that's the wrong Battlement combo. I saw the picture and I was like, oh, it's the right deck, let's go. It's not. I need to cancel this. I'm sorry about the lag, if there is any. Okay. Can I name it from the screen? I can't. Oh well. We're just gonna go play with it. It'll be fun. Okay. No. Today is Monday, the 4th, so if a video doesn't go up today on Monday, I'm sorry about that. It's, I was not able to make it to the library today, unfortunately, which means I didn't get to upload stuff, because it takes 11 hours from my computer, at the last time I checked, and, you know, I don't want to wait that long. I don't want my internet going that long, and that's why I started putting them onto a disk, and just put that in my tablet and then go. We'll show them a blue first, but I wasn't able to get there today, so I am sorry if you guys did not get a video on the 4th. Let's see this. I don't like that. I've never seen that card before. I assume it's part of Aristocrats. And what set is that even from? I don't think I even have to ask to know. I want the Helm, but I want the Battlement, because Battlement's part of our combo. So we're gonna go with Battlement. Yep, it's from Ixalan. Okay. He's got Ixalan lands. Our rivals, though. At this point, I can just look at him and tell. And mine are also rivals. I can tell because of the island. Okay, we're gonna have Counterspell mana up. He's playing mono black. At this point, we could Omen Speaker to Scry 2, or we could keep up Thought Collapse. I think that we're gonna do that, but we have Counterspell mana on the field if we would need to. We need the land. And currently we don't have, well, we don't have a trigger to get off the combo, but we don't need the Paladin. We need the land, though. Oh wait, it draws them cards. I did not read it very well. So they're just gonna try and get down to enough life to skeleton their way to victory, is my assumption. Interesting. That is, if you ever got the combo off, because I'm gonna try my hardest to make sure that you can. So we're just gonna take that blood fast. And I'm gonna hope that you can do nothing with it. It doesn't make any sense to swing in with an Omen Speaker. Next turn we could Battlement, or we could War Leader, or we could Griffin. I want to Griffin to get the Scry off. In addition, that's another card that we can put under Battlement. War Leader is a threat of enough in and of itself that we don't have to attack with it. And at least Griffin gives us some air coverage for a little while. I don't know why they didn't swing in with the bird. I guess it's because they were getting low on life. Makes sense not to, now that I think about it. We're gonna try for the Griffin. We get the Griffin. We get a Counterspell. We honestly don't need it in this matchup. Well, we need to protect our stuff, but we're not going to have enough mana to do that at this current rate. We don't need it. And there's no sense in attacking. But at least now we have air coverage. And that could all disappear very quickly depending on what happens to this bird. It's a waiting game now. We don't have much control, like we have the counterspell. Nothing beyond that. We got rid of their Bloodfast, which I assume they're eventually were gonna flip to just sack stuff. I don't think that they thought this deck through all the way. I think that this is just a black deck augmented. Like, look at that, there's 57 cards there. I don't even know why anybody would do that. I feel like it's a new player, and they don't know what to do now, because they're actually facing a decently thought out deck. I'm not gonna say it's a wonderful deck, I built it in 5 minutes. So are they just playing? I think that they're just playing a bunch of cards like that. Does it have Death Touch? It does not have Death Touch, so that's important. And next turn we can War Leader and keep up Counterspell mana, and we can keep up Counterspell mana this turn. So we're gonna Battlement this turn, actually, to make things better, and we're gonna make it as big as we can, because if they kill it, we get the other things back. So it's a threat now with Vigilance. It's gigantic. If they kill it, we get a flyer, and we get another dude, and we get to scry 2 and then 1. As soon as I actually fix some things. There we go. Yeah, because we want the 2 and then the 1. I feel like that's the proper order. Probably should have done the 1 and then the 2. But the 2 dicks us deeper a little bit. So right now, Mirror Image isn't a help. Helm certainly is. We'll go like that. And then we're just going to scry this one to the top. I definitely ordered it wrong there. But that's okay, that's my bad. Now, we have, how much mana do we have? Not enough to make this really good, so we're gonna War Leader and throw out a threat. If they try to kill it, we will counter their spell, and then next turn we can help. And of course we still don't have enough mana to equip Helm that turn, but at least we will be making progress. You know, and currently we're outvaluing them in creatures. Of course, they're outvaluing us in hand size, but, you know. I don't want them having a 6/6 flying trample. I bet you they're pretty salty. I would be. We are not going to swing in because we want to equip up the War Leader before we start swinging. Now I am slightly concerned that they might be able to remove one of our cards from play. I don't think that they're going to be able to remove all of them, and if we even get an Omen Speaker to stay, we get scry triggers constantly. We'd be able to find our win cons very easily. And that's my plan after we get a couple of Leonins and just get one to stick, you know? We need 2 or 3 on the battlefield for me to feel completely safe. What worries me would be if they played 2 Cry the Carnariums in a row, and that would just board wipe everything. It would all be gone. I doubt that they'd do that. I doubt that they'd have 2 of them in the deck to do that with. Okay, so that is a problem. And that means that we're making the flyer move out. Because, you know, We can't have them doing that too often. We can't have a 6/6 coming at us every turn. That would not be good. However much I want that card, we don't need it quite yet. No sense in attacking into a Doom Whisperer. Right now what we need is anything that's not mana. I'll just be honest here. So they have stuff up to get them a bunch of zombies. We're getting a creature every one of our combats. And it could be any creature I want right now, and it could be 4/4s, but currently we need stuff in the air to block the Whisperer and the Harpy, because we don't have much in the air. And as soon as we get rid of the Doom Whisperer, everything gets better. Okay, so they are. I was wondering if it had resolved. Yeah, it did resolve indeed. I think that we just go to combat in my turn. I don't know if there's much that we can do. I want to get something to exile the Doom Whisperer, because that thing is big and it is a problem. Okay, we don't have to worry about it now, which means that we can equip up something different and be okay. So we can equip here, and it didn't auto-tap in a terrible way, so we're okay with that. Now I don't want to swing in 4/4s every turn. I want to wait until we have like a bunch of Leon and War Leaders, and then swing in. So we're gonna pass the turn, but we will get a War Leader. And at the current moment, he is losing creature value second by second, and if he swings in, all of his stuff disappears. And he doesn't get any triggers off of it either, because, you know, it gets exiled. Oh wait, I thought he passed. He did not pass. It looks like priority went to me. Oh, his turn is about to end. Not much I can do about it. Make all those zombies. He gets a 7/6. I guess that's good. Why is he targeting the Helm of the Host? Who did he even hit? Did he decline? That's the dumbest decline I've ever seen. Why would you decline it? We're gonna go to combat. We get a dude, but swinging in doesn't make any sense yet. So we're just gonna pass, actually. I don't know how our opponent can win without a Wrath. It would take a Wrath. And as far as I know, the only one in Standard is white and black. At least the only one that had hit everything. You could get off our Griffiths and weaken our War Leaders, but he loses his zombies and his Harpy, and everything gets exiled, so it wouldn't be worth it to him. He'd end up with less stuff than what we have. I should probably start scrying just to get somewhere, If you understand, because right now the war leaders are enough to make sure that he doesn't attack us. It will resolve a murder. I doubt that he can kill them all. And we can just keep on equipping them up. We've got 10 mana. Pay 5 equip, we have a settle still in hand. Unfortunately, that does stop us from comboing our war leader with other things. And now he's starting to draw cards again. I like his deck, whatever it is. I just wish it only had 60 cards in the deck. I could go through and count them up right now if I wanted to. 1 plus 9 is 10, so we got 54 there. Plus 1, 2, 3, that is 57. And then 64, 65, 66, 67, 70 cards. There's 70 cards in the stack. Who cares? You know what we end up losing? We end up losing a settle for a turn. We're at 20 life. It doesn't matter. We're gonna get rid of the Doom Whisperer. I feel like that's the right choice. Because Torgar's not too bad right now. Doom Whisperer's our problem. It's got flying. It has everything else. I could swing into dudes, but I don't want to do that. I can swing into Flyer, though. I'd be okay with the Flyer. Actually, I'm not okay with the Flyer. We'll swing in a ton of stuff later. You know, my mouth is on fire. I'm trying to eat supper right now, at the same time that I'm recording the video, because I don't have a ton of time today. And currently, I am eating a jalapeno something thing. It's a Hot Pocket thing, but it's a jalapeno one. It's really spicy. Well, he has a lot of removal. That much I'm sure of. Like, I can already tell I don't actually have to be sure of anything. He got rid of our Flyer. I don't enjoy that. We got a Thought Collapse. Currently good. I think that would be a good idea, but he could just kill 2 of them off, and bad stuff could happen from there. I'm not going to swing in just yet. It's something in his hand is holding priority. I'm wondering what it is. It's targeting a card in my graveyard, as far as I can tell. We're just looking through it. just don't feel safe. He has too many kill spells in that deck. If his hand was any smaller, I'd do it. But it's not. And Torgar kills one every turn, which we make one every turn, but... I don't like that. Can I get anything good out of my deck? Right now, what would save me? Probably another Hero Master's Cage. As a matter of fact, do I even run a WOG? I don't think I run a WOG. We're gonna go to combat. You can kill off 3 from my math. So we're gonna swing in with 4. And that will leave 2 left. Actually, that'll leave 3 left. One of them will be tapped, and we're gonna gain 8 life. See, problem is, the Twilight Prophet is just, ugh. It's not good for us. I want to read the Undersitting Necrolist, but I don't want to give him any ideas. Is there another one in his graveyard? Did I mill one? I did not. And we currently have Lethal coming at him. Oh, he's about to time out. Guys, did he just time out? If he just timed out, doesn't that mean that it all hits him? Or is the blocker step so important that you can't time out in it? I've never been able to time out in it. This is an interesting idea. I also didn't realize this, but you can settle the wreckage your own creatures. Darn it. I was so hoping that he wouldn't have been able to have blocked them because of the timeout, but that's not the case. So, killing off either the Harpy or the Necrolisk, it's not a hard decision. You'd want to kill off the Necrolisk, but I'm not sure what the Necrolisk's ability is, if you understand what I'm saying. And I don't want that to be a bad thing. Okay, so we can kill off the Necrolisk. Oh no, wait, I ordered that wrong. Shoot. Can I go back? Can I Z? No. Ah, oh, shoot. I can only assign damage in that order. Oh well. It's good enough. He's down to 7. And he killed off a minimum amounts of dudes. Which means next turn should be game. Because I've got 4 Leonin War Leaders. He would have to kill off all 4. And the tokens. And he just revealed a zombie dude. I currently still have lethal on board. I'm just checking. Assuming in with everything, I'll have 5 Leonin War Leaders on the field. He can block each of them, but he still has 18 1/1s coming at him, plus a 1/3 if I swing everything, which is what I'm doing. Because he's not playing white, there's not a black card that I know of that can do it. Not yet, at least. I'd love if they printed a black Settle the Wreckage. I think it would be really OP, but I'd love it, because black is my favorite color. But right now, black doesn't have any of the good removal besides Murder and Walk the Planks, and Brassic's Contempts, obviously. Like, it has good stuff, but it doesn't have walks. And that's the problem. You need board wipes. WOG means Wrath of God. That is what WOG stands for. It's a wrath. Have at my Settle the Wreckage. You can't make me discard it. At least not with that card. You know that I have a settle. You probably know that I'm not afraid to settle you. I'm just gonna tell him, GG. I don't see any way that you could win, unless he walked. Which means 2 Cry the Carnariums. Which he does not even have the mana to cast that. Unless he plays another land. As far as I know, that's actually a viable option. Does he have a legendary now? Oh, Torgmar is legendary. Interesting. He could swing in, he knows I'm gonna settle. Unfortunately, we lose a dude, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I'm pretty sure it's still game. He's out of mana. We're gonna get a war leader. Combat. See, this isn't a way that we normally will win, but it's a way that works. Look at that. It's 3 less attackers than we wanted, but it works. The bad thing is the zombies and stuff have death touch, so if he somehow manages to get through it, which is highly unlikely, but if he somehow manages to get through it, stuff's gonna happen. I probably shouldn't have swung in with one of the war leaders, although I feel like it was a good thing to do so, because we got lethal on board. He's gonna die. Do you guys want me to do more videos and make longer videos? Or do more games and make longer videos? Or keep the videos at the same length that they currently are? Because I can do either one. You guys just gotta tell me what you want. Oh, look at that, it's game over, unless this stuff has lifelink. Pretty sure nothing on this board has lifelink. I'm at 42 life. And he dies. I'm gonna do one more, see where it goes. We only cast 10? Oh, gosh. We only cast 10, guys. Oh well, I can do it off camera. You don't have to do it on camera. Pick Thor. Interesting. We got combo. I don't know that I want this hand though. We may have combo, but it doesn't look too useful. We're gonna keep it. It's possible to keep, so we might as well keep. We're facing Izzet. We are going to show them a blue mana first, because we want to get Thought Collapse on up and ready as soon as possible. Did he keep a one-lander? He kept a one-lander. Good job, boy. I meant to say good job, bro, but it didn't quite come out that way. But good job. Never keep one-landers, guys. Not unless your deck is, like, only has one land in it, because there's that deck. It's called One Land Spy. You should go look it up. It got cheap recently. Got very, very cheap. And there's also there's a no land deck. I ran a no land deck. It was pretty fun. It could win on turn 2. I actually did that one time. I won on turn 2. It was amazing. My opponents were like, how'd you do that? Because, you know, when you're doing it at literally on turn 2, and nobody's paying attention, because nobody was going to pay attention, you just, boom, and it's done, and you won. It was marvelous. What you do is you keep a hand of whatever, because, you know, if you mulligan, you can't have a hand of 7, you need to have a hand of 7, you're going to let your opponent go first in that deck, and then you draw a card, you discard a card. You generally discard either a Phantasmagorian, or a card with Dredge, and Phantasmagorian says you can discard 3 cards, and if you do, you return it from your graveyard to your hand. So you're going to either discard 3 cards for Phantasmagorian, which is not the way to do it, I've learned, unless you have another Phantasmagorian in hand. That's the only way that you ever want to do that, and that is going a little bit fast. Normally you'll discard a card with Dredge, and what Dredge says is if you would draw a card, you may instead put exactly X cards on, from the top of your deck into your graveyard, where X is Dredge. So Golgari Grave Patrol has Dredge 6. Other cards have Dredge 4, Dredge 3, Dredge 2. There's a land with Dredge 2, and then there's a dude with Dredge 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and mill yourself down until you get a couple cards on the battlefield, because, like, Narcomoeba, that's one that you guys know, because it's in Standard. But there's Narcomoeba, and then there's other cards that do it too. And then you sack 3 of them to activate a card called Dread Return, and it lets you bring back a card called Balustrat Spy to the field. And Balustrat Spy, what it does is it says target opponent mills puts cards on the top of the deck into their graveyard. That's what mill is. Until they do it to a, we need a blue mana. But anyway, they keep on doing that until they hit a land. Since you don't run any lands, your entire deck goes into the graveyard. Now, everybody's like, well, hold up. Deck goes into the graveyard. We're going to deck ourselves. Well, no. Because there's a card out there. I don't like where this is going, this game. But there's a card out there. And the card is called... well, there's actually 5. There's one for each color. But there's Guile and Hostility that I know of. Those are the blue and the red one, respectively. And they, when they hit the graveyard, they put themselves into your deck. And it's only that card. It doesn't do the entire graveyard. And then you've got other cards that when they hit the graveyard, you exile them, and then your opponents lose 3. I should have countered that. It doesn't matter. They can go get their lands. But what you do is you, I don't know where I was. Never gonna see all the way. Where was I? Shoot. I was on Guile, wasn't I? Did I get past Guile? Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm on the thing with the exile. So you exile, 4 cards hit your graveyard, you exile them, then your opponents lose 3 and gain 3 for each one. Or, they lose 3, you gain 3 for each one. I don't care about that card. And then, what you're gonna do after that is you are going to... You're gonna activate another Dread Return, because all your stuff's gonna hit the graveyard and it's all gonna come back on the battlefield. And you're gonna sack 3 dudes, preferably the ones that can come back, because there are certain ones that can come back repeatedly, unlike Narcomoeba. But you're gonna stack the dudes that can come back, and then you're gonna reanimate a dude that says, I should have countered that, but I'm gonna counter the Polyraptor, because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. The Polyraptor will be here. And the Polyraptor is more important to counter than this. Anyway, so, the card says, whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield from your graveyard, it deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. So it enters and it's a 4/3, I want to say. Okay, they're not playing Polyraptor then, unless they have it in hand. And the 4/3, it goes and it pops the opponent for 4, and then by this point in time, they've already lost 16 life. So it's still looking very grim for them. We can't cast that. We can't cast that. I cast the wrong card last turn. Wonderful. Combat. We're gonna swing in 1. 1. Go get him, Opter. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is you're going to hit them for the 4, and then the dudes that come back, they all get triggered, and then they all come back at the end of the turn. But you can also sacrifice the dude, because he has Undying, which means that when you die, if he didn't have a +1/+1 counter, he comes back with a +1/+1 counter. And so that comes in and it enters them with, or it hits them for more. I could care less about that, because they're going to be swinging with that, so it's going to get sealed away. But it's, I need to either stop talking or focus on this game. Okay, I don't know where I was. I will figure that out in just a minute. That was just counterspell mana and mana for seal away. Okay. Oh yeah, the dude comes in and it hits him for 5 since it has the +1/+1 counter, and then what you're going to bring back is a Golgari Grave Troll, and it enters, and it's about a 40/40, because it has +1/+1 counters equal to the number of cards in your graveyard, and then as soon as it enters, it pops them for 40, and then they're gone. And then at the end of their turn, if that didn't kill them, or if you have more opponents even, spread the love around there, make sure that you can knock each one of them down to an okay amount, and then 4 dudes come back and they're all 3/3, so you get 12 more damage to hit into. It's not the Forerunner I'm worried about, it's the Ferocidons I am worried about. But anyway, that's the deck. that's not all of it. You obviously, you get to Axiom Probes, you pay 2 life, look at your opponent's hand, draw 1, or something. To that effect. Something to that effect. And then there is another card that says you may reveal it from your hand, and if you do, the next spell that your opponent would cast is countered unless they pay 1. Oh, there goes my Pioneer. Woo. Oops, that's not good. We're gonna let them attack now. Oh, they're not going to attack. They know that I have something up my sleeve. This will leave us enough for both. But I have to actually make progress here. If I don't make progress, I'm not playing the deck right. Does it have trample? This is not. Okay, then we're just gonna go for it. I don't even know if they have enough mana to cast it. They don't. Oh well, but if they get a land, they do. Oh, look at that, they have a land right there. That 3-drop, see it? That's a land. See it? It's a land now. I should probably counter one of these things, but should have probably countered the Forerunner, to be honest. I'm not too worried about it, though. We're probably going to lose this game, and that's okay. I didn't expect to beat this deck, to be honest. Hey, but it's not a dinosaur. Okay. Well, Paladins are just dying. But I'd love to get another one out here. And then pass. Okay. Anyway. But the deck is really fun to play, and it's actually super duper cheap because everything just got reprinted in the Masters set. So it dropped from like 120 for the really good version, which I don't play the really good version. But it dropped from 120 for the really good version down to the version that I have, and that was the top money part of that. It dropped down to what I have now, and mine only costs it'll come to me. I think it only costs 40 now, and that's with no lands. That's because there's no lands. And you just have to run creatures. I run 10 or 12 win cons in mine. Which is honestly a lot now that I think about it. Do I really? Yeah, I really do run 10 or 12. Because I got the 4 Grave Trolls, I got 4 Night Howlers, which is a good all-around card anyway, and then I have 4 Bone Nerdworms. I would love a thing. I don't know what the thing is called, but I would love a thing. It's the thing that exiles everything that's attacking. I would love one of those. I should not have resolved that Forerunner, or the Siegehorn, to be honest. The Siegehorn was a big mistake. It's a Ghalta. Ghalta's mine. I don't want to deal with a Ghalta. We are not dealing with a Ghalta. Can I please get a thing that has a thing? It would have been helpful a long time ago. It's not helpful anymore. I don't think that we're going to win. Luckily, nothing on their board has trample. I think. Nothing on their board has trample. Nope. I don't want that. So, nothing on their board has trample. Dinosaur spells could get us into big trouble. And that thing has trample. My bad. I spoke a little bit too soon. At this point, I just need something to kill off that Siegehorn. Really, the Forerunner and the Siegehorn and the Carnage Tyrant. I can't target the Carnage Tyrant, though. And Carnage Tyrant dies to Lumbering Battlement. straight up. But the Forerunner is nasty. I should not have resolved it. But it's okay that I did. I know that they're going for the combo. Like, they are looking for the combo. I feel it. I still get to scry 1. And Lumbering Battlement is staying on top. Because, you know, you exile the Lumbering... It basically gives us an additional 2 blockers if we get it out before we get attacked. Now that's a lot to ask for. And now they are attacking. And that is 17. We really have to block that. But we still get another block out of it, if you get what I'm saying. See, the reason why they're swinging now is because now they get to kill off my 1/1s. You see? Because they're going to cast a dinosaur and then they're going to kill off my 1/1s. It was a good play on their part. To be honest, if I was playing the deck, I would not have done that in that order. And they didn't have a dinosaur spell. They probably have a lightning strike. In case they actually managed to hit in, I'm assuming. Yep. Oh, it was a shock. It would have been effectively the same thing, leaving me at 1. We're not going to win this. I'm just going to scoop it up. Because it's taking an awful long time for them to actually attack us because we're mono white. Or we're not mono white, but we're Azorius. So this is a really bad version of the deck. I prefer the black version much better. Because in the black version we had Wraths, and we had Hostage Takers, and a whole load of other kill spells that we don't have access to when we're not playing black. But that was just a test, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.